1 month after the elections, Germany finally has a new parliament in place. With the new Bundestag coming together in Berlin for its first meeting, DW's Lars Halter joins me. Lars, good to have you. What can you tell us about the new parliament?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, there's a lot of new developments for Parliament. Indeed, the first thing maybe is that it is smaller than it used to be. The body had been growing in size for years, and now we had a change of our electoral system. The problem of those elected lawmakers, fewer than before, are women, only 32%, so their representation has dropped steadily for years now. That's not good, as also the German president pointed out. He says if our democracy has a problem with women, then our country has a problem with democracy. Now, looking at the parties in Parliament, it's quite apparent that the middle has been weakened and the left and right edges have grown. The radical right-wing AfD party is the second largest contingent in Parliament. Also, by the way, the one with the fewest women, followed by the conservative CDU party and the Social Democrats. Only the Green Party and the Left Party are sending more women actually than men to Berlin. And another interesting statistic, there are fewer entrepreneurs in the new parliament. Now, that could maybe be problematic with the economy, of course, being a front and center issue for the country. But it could also be a plus. After all, too often in the past, politics was dominated by the business community, with social topics often overlooked.
Right. What are the big issues that the parliament will have to work on?
Well, like I mentioned, the economy is a major theme for the new parliament, as is the high cost of energy and how to get that lower. Germany has been in a recession for 2 years now, and growth predictions are pretty low for this year as well. At the same time, the government is going deeper into debt, as it wants to invest 500 billion euros in infrastructure, which is definitely necessary, though. Other topics for the new parliament: tax reform, financing and securing retirement and healthcare, cutting bureaucracy, and, of course, the major task every European government is currently facing: putting together a strong union that is in military ways, but also from an economic perspective, less dependent on the United States. That, of course, as US President Trump has upended the Western alliance as we had known it for decades. Europe and Germany, we all know that we can't rely on long-established partnerships anymore. And whether it's another 500 billion to be invested in the military, or it's the fight against tariffs and securing fair trade, the new parliament definitely has its work cut out for them.
The parliament is also still under the leadership of former Chancellor Olaf Scholz. When will the new government be ready to take their seats then?
Well, that's really hard to say. For now, coalition talks between the conservative CDU and the Social Democrats are ongoing, and it very much looks like they're coming together on many of the most important issues. That means we will likely have a government of these two parties, and it's likely be under Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Now, he has said from the get-go, right after the election, that time is of the essence. And indeed, with that loss of stability that I just mentioned, with Trump weakening international alliances, it's clear that Germany needs a solid leadership, but it is in fact looking good. I've seen that the parties are moving in the right direction, making compromises on their goals, including the business-friendly CDU agreeing to a higher minimum wage, for the Social Democrats on the other side supporting more military spending. The party's timeline was to have a government ready before Easter, and that's what I think we can still hope for.
All right, Lars, thank you so much for joining me from Berlin.